after hour of quality programming all around the clock with us. Every second and minute counts when it comes to bringing you the best of programming on radio. Diamond 88.7 FM remains your best bet. Be it sport, talk radio, entertainment and music. One thing is certain, we've got you. Hour after hour of quality programming all around the clock with us. Every second and minute counts when it comes to bringing you the best of programming on radio. Diamond 88.7 FM remains your best bet. Be it sport, talk radio, entertainment and music. One thing is certain, we've got you.
From the news desk at Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, federal government pledges to protect workers' interests. Lagos government warns against construction without permit. Kwara State Local Government Electoral Amendment Bill passed through second reading. On the foreign scene, SEX killed in West Bank clashes with Israeli forces. In business, Naira rises at 6.77% despite liquidity drop at official markets. In entertainment, Peter Okoye rallies support for hailing actor Mr. Ibu. And in sport, Napoli laments Osimhen's injury-induced layoff. Good evening and many thanks for joining us for the news across the world on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Joseph Emeribe. You can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download our app on Play Store, Diamond 887 FM. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Do stay tuned.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back. Now the news in detail. The federal government has again appealed to workers in the private and public sectors across the country to continue their support for the present administration led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying all their interests would be protected. The government also said it had taken stock of the peculiar needs and grievances of different categories of labor organizations and was working assiduously to address them effectively. The Minister of Labor and Employment, Simon Lalong, made the plea in his office while playing host to the leadership of the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics, NAMDA, led by its president, Dr. Nusa Nancy Ohir. The spokesman over the ministry, Olajide Oshundu, who disclosed this to journalists after a closed-door meeting, said Lalong pledged continued protection of all categories of workers in all sectors and swift response to their calls and complaints. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has cautioned resident doctors in Abuja against threatening to embark on industrial actions Wike said he would not pay doctors who embark on strike while he's a minister, adding that he's ready to contend with them in court. Addressing resident doctors, Wike said he would make more money when they embark on industrial action. Recently, the Nigerian National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, have been on an off industrial actions due to federal government failure to meet its demands. The doctors' demands, among many others, include the immediate payment of the 2023 Medical Residency Training Fund, tangible steps on the upward review of the consolidated medical salary structure, and a payment of all salary arrears owed its members since 2015. The doctors also want the immediate passive recruitment of clinical staff in the hospitals and the abolishment of the bureaucratic limitation to the immediate replacement of doctors and nurses who leave the system. Still with the seat of power, President Bola Tinubu has approved the staggered takeoff of 6 universities established by former President Muhammadu Buhari in the last days of his administration. The president's approval is a plan to start with 6 over 14 universities due to the cost and specific requirement, while the remaining 14 federal tertiary institutions are to be kept in the waiting list. Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, announced that the president has given another approval to complete the abandoned multi-billion naira National Library Complex in Abuja, which he says is an important educational execution for the nation.
And institutions actually which were approved in the last days of the last administration, which because of issues of funding and even staff, it may not be prudent to get these institutions to take off altogether at once. So Mr. President has directed we stagger their commencement, their takeoff, so that the government can properly support them.
Outcomes of the last general elections and unprecedented flurry of election petitions have heightened credibility doubt of the Independent National Electoral Commission's INEC and its ability to conduct a free, fair and credible elections. According to the President of the Court of Appeal, a total of 1,280 political offices were contested in 2023. Out of the total figure, 1,209 petitions are before the judiciary for adjudication. The implication is that the electorate have less say about who becomes their leader, as that responsibility has substantially been shifted to the judiciary. As it is, only 71 offices are truly decided by the citizens, representing a paltry 5.547% of the offices contested. Meanwhile, our public affairs analyst, Comrade Jimo Yunusa Alikinla, while reacting on these outcomes on Diamond FM Breakfast Show today, stated that the court is the final hope for the electorate in choosing our leader.
And compulsory that one need to approach the court if you are felt cheated. You will not see somebody who felt that he's supposed to win the election and you ask him not to go to court or not to approach the tribunal because they want to seek for justice. Where individuals, everybody believe that the court is the last hope of the common man. So it is one of the process, and Nigeria is still learning. You can't compare Nigeria to be up to the standard of United States of America, who is now over 300 years as an independent nation. So that is why I'm not against.
Comrade Alikinla also posited that both electorate and politicians did not display sportsmanship during the elections.
It shows that we are not yet matured enough to conduct ourselves. even during the election, before the election, after the election, you discover that people, they did not show the spirit of sportsmanship. Politicians, even some of the electorate, they were ranting. Any small argument, they want to dislodge people, they want to fight based on the fact that they have been told the truth. So what I'm saying here, now, gradually, Nigeria will be gaining momentum in the committee of political association. You need orientation and reorientation.
Still on politics in Nigeria, the People's Democratic Party in Plateau State has accused the military of abducting its chairman in the Jos South local government area, Dung Tari. Addressing a press conference in Jos today, state chairman of the PDP, Chris Hassan, said some unidentified military personnel abducted Tari around 1 p.m. after a meeting with his executive committee members at the party's secretariat in the Bukuru area of Jos South local government area. According to Hassan, they had taken steps to report the matter to various security agencies in the state to commence investigation into the whereabouts of the abducted local government area chairman. He said the abduction of Tari, which was carried out in commando style, was causing tension in the state and capable of breaching the fragile peace being experienced in the area. Hassan, who promised to provide sureties who will produce the local government chairman, also upon demand appealed to the National Security Advisor, the Inspector General of Police, Chief of Army Staff, and the Director General of the DSS to use their good offices in intervening in the situation to ensure the immediate release of the local government chairman. Elsewhere, the Lagos state government has reiterated that anyone found constructing buildings without approval will risk prosecution for infringement of the law, in addition to the removal of the structure. The Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, issued the warning during a routine monitoring of the built environment along the Lekki-Aja corridor. Olumide directed the sealing and partial removal of some contravening structures in different locations within the axis and issued a strong warning to owners and developers of all buildings under the power line to vacate within 2 weeks. According to him, no structure is permissible under the power line, which ought to accommodate only open display of goods and services, while frowning at the pervasive disregard for physical planning laws across the state. He stressed that no one is above the law to providing the benefit of a livable and sustainable built environment. And to the state of harmony, Kwara State. The Kwara State Local Government Electoral Amendment Bill 2023 has scaled through second reading today on the floor of the State House of Assembly. The executive bill passed second reading following a debate on the general principles of the bill led by House Leader Barrister Oba Magaji Abdulkadri during today's plenary. Barrister Magaji Abdulkadri, who is representing Ilorin Central Constituency, described the amendment as germane to fast-track conduct of local government polls in the state.
Before this Honorable House is therefore a step in the right direction and is further confirmation of the willingness of the state government to conduct the local government election without further delay.
Other lawmakers in their submissions unanimously agreed on the importance of the amendment, after which the bill was read for second time by the Clerk of the House, Alhaji Abdul Karim Olayiwola Ahmed. Speaker of the House, Engineer Yakubu Danladi Saliu, therefore referred the bill to the Joint House Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Local Government for further legislative procedure and report back to the House in due course. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. We go on a break, and when we return, ECOWAS warns against violence as Liberians await presidential election results. Do stay tuned.
Opportunity in this country, I don't lose hope. Oh my God, jackpot.
Leaving the country may not be the solution that you think it is. Don't make leaving Nigeria the only solution to your life's challenges. Japa because you want to, but stop raising it as a solution to national issues that you can work on and fix. Nigeria will always be your home, and together we can make it better.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
Welcome back from that short time out. You are still listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Now we move on to the foreign stories. 6 people have been killed in clashes with Israeli troops in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. Israeli forces entered the Noro Shams refugee camp in the city of Torkham earlier, and fighting between them and Palestinian gunmen is ongoing. However, the Israeli-occupied West Bank is separate from the Gaza Strip. Parts of it are governed by the Palestinian Authority, whereas Gaza is run by Hamas. Meanwhile, according to UN figures as of last night, at least 61 Palestinians had been killed in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, with since 7th of October. More than 1,200 have also been injured. Still on the foreign scene, the Parisian investigating judges responsible for investigation into the inaction accused over the French army during the Bisesero massacres in Rwanda in 1994 have issued a new order of general dismissal, an expected decision after an initial decision to abandon the prosecutions in 2022. In this case, the associations Survey, Ibuka, FIDH, and 6 survivors of Bisesero civil parties accused the French military humanitarian mission Turkish and France of complicity in genocide. They accused him of having knowingly abandoned the Tutsi civilians taking refuge in the hills of Bisesero in western Rwanda for 3 days, allowing the massacre of hundreds of them to take place by the perpetrators of the genocide from June the 27th to 30th, 1994. According to an order to investigating magistrate from the Crimes Against Humanity and unit of the Paris Judicial Court concluded that the prosecution of the 5 soldiers are targeted in the procedure but were never indicted.
Diamond FM Business News.
In the business world this evening, Naira strengthened against the dollar at the official market, gaining 6.77% despite declined liquidity in the market. The dollar was quoted at 790 Naira 68 kobo, which was weaker than 848 Naira 12 kobo quoted at investors and import and export forex window. The daily foreign exchange market turnover, which reflects the level of transaction of inflows in the market, declined by 47.96% to $69.88 million from $134.28 million. Meanwhile, currency dealers attributed the Naira appreciation at the official market to slight moderation in demand for dollars amid shortage.
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
And in entertainment, Nigerian musician Peter Okoye has called on Nigerians to support Nigerian actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, who is currently battling with an undisclosed illness. The ace actor had pleaded for financial assistance and prayers via a viral video while expressing concerns that his legs might be amputated. Since the video of Ibu on the sick bed hit the internet, several people have taken to the comment section of his Instagram post to announce their donations for the ailing actor. Joining the fray, Okoye, via an Instagram post, called on his colleagues and fans to support the actor. Okoye, member of the P-Square music group, said a Nollywood legend like Ibu deserves better for bringing joy to our screen all these years.
Diamond FM Sports News.
And in the world of sport, Napoli manager Rudi Garcia has described the latest injury to Victor Osimhen as a big loss for the team. Osimhen sustained a thigh injury on international duty and is expected to be sidelined for a few weeks. The 24-year-old is expected to miss Serie A Champions League fixtures against Hellas Verona and AC Milan, as well as the UEFA Champions League clash against AC Milan. In his absence, Garcia affirmed that the club must find a solution. The Nigerian international was pivotal to Napoli's Scudetto success last season, as he scored 26 goals in 32 league appearances for the Partenope. So far in his campaign, Osimhen has scored 6 goals in 10 appearances across all competitions for the Partenope. Garcia will, however, rely on Giacomo Raspadori and Giovanni Simeone for goals in the absence of the prolific forward. Still in sport, the Algerian Football Federation has suspended all its soccer matches amidst the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas. The Algerian Football Federation announced the suspension were a way of showing solidarity with Palestinians. The declaration comes just days after the Algerian Football Federation offered to host all of the Palestinian national team's upcoming international fixtures following the escalation of the decades-old conflict. The Algerian Football Federation said it will be hosting the Palestinian national team's next home game, a 2026 World Cup qualifier against Australia scheduled for the 21st of November 2023. This comes amid Israel's ongoing siege of Gaza, which has led to the death of over 3,500 Palestinians. With that, we've come to the end of the news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of a major highlight has brought to you. We told you earlier that the federal government pledges to protect workers' interests. Also, Lagos government warns against construction without a permit. Kwara State Local Government Electoral Amendment Bill passed through second reading. On the foreign scene, 6 killed in West Bank clashes with Israeli forces. Adding business, Naira rises at 6.77% despite liquidity drop at official markets. In the world of entertainment, Peter Okoye rallies support for hailing actor Mr. Ibu. And in sport, Napoli laments Osimhen's injury-induced layoff. Did you know that on this day in 1986, Nigerian journalist, editor, and founder of Newswatch magazine, Dele Giwa was murdered by a male bomb in his home. Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM Newsroom on 0916 062 7526. I take the number again, 0916 062 7526. The news was compiled and edited by Nedu Okorie, and I am Joseph Emeribe. Thank you for listening to your shining supreme station. Do stand by for the news in Yoruba language. Good evening.
We've all heard about home fires taking lives and destroying all that a family owns. These tragedies are reminders for us to double-check for fire safety. Make sure your home has properly installed and working smoke alarms. Practice a fire escape plan. Never leave cooking food unattended for long. Teach children never to hide but leave if there's a fire. Switch off all electrical appliances when not in use. In cases of fire, remember, the most important thing to do is to protect lives first.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
This is our promise. We've made up our minds to do something new, something different, do more, do the impossible, do better, do big, do good, do it again and again and again. Do what no one else has done with radio. This is our promise at Diamond FM. Diamond 88.7 FM, shining supreme.
Are you looking to introduce your business to the world or maintain an existing brand image? Well, let's help you. Advertise with us at Diamond